So here we go.
The inflatable pilot from Airplane. I can't wait. Who sent that in? That was great.
This is our favorite guy to make fun of. He's and now, if you remember, the reason why we originally had a problem with Ryan Grimm is because he inserted himself into the force to vote when we were trying to get the Democrat progressives to stand up to what they ran on and extract something for their vote from Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. He came in and defended AOC, and the politicians tried to muddy the waters and shit on healthcare activists. So that's who Ryan Grimm is. Ryan Grimm is an establishment tool who will always stab activists in the back and the front while lying to protect politicians. And he works for Pierre Omidyar, who's one of the worst guys. He's totally into the Ukraine war, which is why they can't tell the truth about the Ukraine war or Russiagate or any of that other stuff over there. You want to say something, Kurt?
Because I first heard of Reality Winner, that genius from him, about how they really cracked down hard. I'm like, I never heard of this. Then I found out way later he's the reason that she got caught.
Oh, really?
Because he didn't encrypt the whatever they sent it on.
Yeah.
He's the reason that she got caught with her nonsense thing.
So here's what he had to say about why do I bring this up? Well, now he's also a host on Breaking Points with Crystal, who did a horrible job with RFK Jr. and is also for the Ukraine war. They were wrong. They were wrong about COVID. They were wrong about the vaccines. They're wrong about lockdowns. They're wrong about masks.
Wrong about Kai Kalinski's hair being a good color. Way off on that.
And now they hire this guy who's an obvious tool of the establishment because they want to be the new establishment. And so that's why I'm showing you this. Here he is talking about Jill Stein voters. Now, again, if you're an establishment fuck, you can never allow someone to vote outside the two-party duopoly. His job is to make sure people stay interested in the two-party system.
I spent my life getting entrenched in it, and you're going to take it apart?
These are just more grim. These are what we call grim fairy tales, and they're meant to scare the children. Here we go.
Trump was a potential at that point, rather than a reality. Like, and people didn't think that he was actually going to win.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, polls had him down, massively.
Right.
Polling units across the board, giving him mine over the Huffington Post, gave him like a 95% chance.
Oh my God.
Of losing the election.
Right.
And so people, I think, weren't taking him as seriously. So, and I bet a bunch of those voters in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan who voted for Stein afterwards were like, "Oops." I thought I was just casting a little protest vote. I didn't actually want. So I think some of them were
people
like,
who didn't vote.
I think some were like, I think Trump and Clinton are both awful, and I don't care that I gave up my opportunity to vote against Trump by voting for Stein. I don't care. Like, there's lots of those. But I bet there are a bunch who afterwards were like, oof, if I could do it over again, knowing that Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania were going to be close, like they thought those were blue states, blue wall was secure, that they would go back. And
so that is how the establishment gets you to stop voting your conscience and to keep funneling people back into the two-party duopoly that is built to crush them and keeps crushing them. And so that's him going, you thought you were being cute when you voted for Jill Stein. Let me tell you something. I voted for Jill Stein. I don't regret that vote. I don't know anybody who regrets that vote. And I wouldn't have voted if Jill Stein wasn't on the ballot. So that's the big thing people realize. And so what he should be upset is, Jesus Christ, why wouldn't Hillary lift a finger to try to get those Jill Stein voters? She did nothing to try to get Jill Stein voters on her side. And by the way, Jill Stein didn't have anything to do with the outcome of the election. Trump won by 3 million votes. I mean, Trump lost by 3 million votes. But because we have a screwy system, he gets to be president. But you want to blame that on Jill Stein? Of course, she's the puppet master, and that's what he's doing. He's blaming the powerless for the pain you're feeling now in the economy. He's blaming the powerless instead of the powerful, because that's what Ryan Grimm does. That's what they do at The Intercept. What do you want to say?
Well, besides the DC people in DC media are the most worthless people I've ever seen in my life. Who are these people that, oh no, I gave up my opportunity to vote against Trump? Oh, thank you for the opportunity, guys. I passed that up. That's unbelievable, dude.
So he's really talking about the coastal elite yuppie twits.
Yeah, that's right. Because I knew Trump was going to win. I remember I would be touring when I come back and everybody in New York is like, "Oh, he'll never win." I'm like, I don't know. It seems like people are kind of mad. You know, Hillary that's where they elected her as a senator in New York. Because that's really the kind of people that would be like, "Oh, she's great." The kind of awful. There's a particular kind of yuppie woman that's really inspired by her, like the worst kind. They find her very inspiring. Nowhere else does anyone.
So he's saying people who voted Jill Stein were surprised. We were surprised that, oh my God, Trump won. That's what they really.
I know somebody, my friend Tommy O'Malley, who's been my old show. He was surprised by the insane reactions of his friends when they found out he voted for Jill Stein. Like the amount of hysteria.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are people who still won't talk to me because of it. After the election, I went to a birthday party, and there was a woman there I've known all my life. She wouldn't even come on my side of the room
because you didn't vote.
Because
for Hillary?
I didn't vote for Hillary. I'm not kidding. Yeah. So now Ryan Grimm, the Breaking Point's host, is trying to say that people like me are shocked. When Hillary's Rube Goldberg machine of an election strategy failed, that's when I said, what do you know? They can't actually rig the whole thing as much as I thought they could.
That's how because that was their plan, to put him there.
Yes.
That's why they were surprised.
The reason why Trump was the nominee was because Hillary and Bill Clinton called him and told him to run because they wanted to run. They were trying to rig the election so they could run against him. It worked. They got their people in the media to prop up Trump. It was called the Pied Piper's theory. So nobody's upset. So Ryan Grimm's not upset at Hillary. I bet Hillary Clinton was upset when she lost that she did the Pied Piper theory and had Trump run this Pied Piper strategy and had Trump run and had everybody in the media prop Trump up so he became the nominee. They never blame the powerful.
They actually thought that.
He'll never blame the powerful. That Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and the Democrats actually handpicked Donald Trump to be their opponent and the Republican nominee because they got their friends in the media to prop Donald Trump up. It's called the Pied Piper strategy because that's who they wanted to run against. But he'll never tell you that. He'll go, blame someone with less power.
Well, they were shocked because they were like, because it was Hillary's turn because
Yes.
Obama went. So she was good, and now she gets her turn.
And what an amazing... Go ahead.
Yeah, who's the one person more unlikable than even Hillary? And the shocking part is there's
nobody.
Well, Mike Pence maybe.
Even Trump is more likable than Hillary Clinton. Can you believe that? And by the way, Ryan, what amazing difference would there be between a Hillary Clinton presidency and a Donald Trump presidency? What, you're upset that there wouldn't be more wars? You're upset that we wouldn't start a third world war? You're telling me that you know of actual Jill Stein voters who are impatient for World War III? Because that's what voting for Hillary. You think Hillary Clinton would have codified Roe on day one? Just like Obama said he was going to, Ryan? Do you think so? You think she would have given everybody a minimum wage and hell? What do you think she would have done? She would have started 5 more fucking wars while making sure nobody got health care. Because that's what Joe Biden's doing. Why would she be any different?
Well, she would look less senile probably while doing the bidding of the complex.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually like Biden that rule because it's really hilarious to watch them have to, I guess, charge his heart with a car battery before each interview.
That's right, all of you Americans who voted for Jill Stein. How dare you have a conscience while you're casting your vote? And when they say casting these days, it only means they're hiring an actor.
Voting is like recycling. You think it's going somewhere, but it's a landfill in China.
It's all going to a landfill. Johnny Grouse says, those entitled clowns literally can't conceive of someone voting for the candidate who best represents their values.
Because he thinks like a worm.
He just can't imagine it. He just can't imagine voting for someone who represents them.
He doesn't understand, like, voting for someone who represents you or how football works.
Ryan Grimm thinks a lot of Jill Stein voters feel bad for helping defeat Hillary. Nah, I'm thankful every single day that Hillary Clinton never became president.
The wise hawk? Are you kidding me? A more muscular. I've heard that phrase before.
Hillary Clinton is offering voters a more muscular version of President Obama's foreign policy. That's
more
what
murderous.
More world. You know that Obama dropped more bombs than George W. Bush, and she was offering a more muscular foreign policy than that.
What does that mean? Exploding children? Muscular?
Comrade Misty Putin says, I don't know a single Stein voter who regrets their vote. I don't. But guess what? Sabby Sab says this, Ryan, it may be best to talk to people who voted for Jill Stein. Right. If Jill didn't run third party, those voters would have stayed home. I know I would have. Those voters didn't want Hillary Clinton. People should be able to vote for any candidate, not just the team red or team blue.
She's the lesser of two evils, though.
And again, why not blame the candidate for not it used to be that a candidate, the onus was on a candidate to attract enough votes to win. Yeah. But now it's on the voters who let down politicians for not voting for them.
By the way, a company is supposed to try to earn your money, or a bank earn your business. Now they can decide if you're good enough to even be, are you good enough to be at this bank?
That's right.
So, everything's flipped, man.
So Ryan Grimm did find somebody. He found this article. I voted for Jill Stein. Was I wrong? He found somebody.
Oh.
But it doesn't even say that. Look what it says.
I voted for Jill Stein. There's nothing I can do about that now. But if I could go back in time and change it, I'm not sure I would. She says she's not sure.
Yeah. Was I wrong? There's no one. Oh, my God.
Lots of people do not regret the vote. Some do, for instance. No, she's saying she didn't, actually. So the one person he even found on further scrutiny, turns out they don't regret it.
Brian Grimm's the worst. I mean, he's the worst.
This is his news. This is him doing. This is his big sleuth. He just found this.
Great job, Brian. You know what? But credit to him for finding a better guy to cut his hair, or woman, whoever did it.
His hair's looking fantastic.
His hair's looking a lot better than in that illustration.
His hair. That's the most important thing.
Still the same personality from the inflatable pilot of Airplane.
Still the same personality.
what a fucking.
I mean, I'm literally a C student, literally a pothead nightclub comedian performing for. This guy is supposed to be somebody. This guy's supposed to be somebody. He is a fucking moron.
They're all, dude.
They're all morons.
You wouldn't even be there.
He couldn't tell you the truth about forced to vote. He couldn't tell you the truth about Russiagate. He can't tell you the truth about Ukraine. He can't tell you the truth about COVID or vaccines. And now he can't tell you the truth about who's responsible for losing an election to a game show host.
Oh, he can, though, suggest that the trucker protesters were Nazis.
And the trucker,
he can throw that out there.
That's right. The trucker protests were Nazis. Is there anything they don't get wrong at breaking points? Because they get everything wrong at breaking points.
I've seen them
they
get
got
shit
everything wrong.
About 6 months to a year later, Sagar will say a real thing. Other than that, no, there's an embargo on telling the truth until you don't want to die in the wrong hill, right?
That's right. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Baltimore, San Francisco, Huntington Beach, Rosemont, and Chicago, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, New York City, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Stamford, Connecticut, and more, and St. Louis. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all our tickets for all our shows.